Hi, welcome to CAC Library's instructional video on plagiarism. This is a short introduction to the subject. When it is completed, you should understand what plagiarism is, why it matters, and have some strategies for avoiding it. Start with Part 1, What is plagiarism? Plagiarism is trying to pass off someone else's words and/or ideas as your own. It is stealing another person's work. It is cheating. In academics, it is usually when you copy another person's words or ideas into your assignment without telling the reader where the ideas came from, and so claiming the work as your own. Here are some examples. You pay someone else to write your paper, or you buy one from an online paper mill. Is that plagiarism? Yes, and you know it. It is plagiarism, even if it is an original work you paid someone else to write. You copy the exact words from a source but don't show it as a quotation by using quotation marks or blocking it, that is, setting it apart with indentations. Is that plagiarism? Yes. If you use someone else's exact words, you must show them with quotation marks or by blocking them, and you must give an in-text citation to tell the reader where you got the quotation. These are some examples of what quotations would look like in your paper. The top is a direct quotation. You'll notice that it uses quotation marks to start and to finish the quotation, and it has an in-text citation to tell the reader where the information came from. This bottom is a block quotation. It is set apart from the rest of the text of your essay with an indentation. You don't need quotation marks, but you do see the in-text citation telling the reader where the information came from. The next example. You copy a phrase here and a sentence there from various websites or other online sources or books. You then patch them together into your paper and maybe change a few of the words. Is that plagiarism? Yes. This is sometimes called patch writing, or patching together sentences from here and there, changing them slightly, but keeping the basic sentence structure, syntax, and meaning of the original. Patch writing often occurs when you are hurried or stressed and so don't thoroughly understand what you're reading. For example, you have a paper due in the morning and you didn't allow enough time to think about what you were writing or to form your own thoughts. So you patch together some sentences and ideas that sound good and change a few words. Patch writing is sometimes done by mistake, but it is still plagiarism, and changing a few words here and there doesn't change that. If you use someone else's essential phrasing, wording, and ideas without citing them, you're stealing. You make up a citation, that is, you cite a source that doesn't exist, or you know the information about it is not correct, or you make up a page number. Is this plagiarism? Yes. Your sources must be accurately cited, the information correct, and the citation real. You use facts and figures from a source without citing it. Is this plagiarism? Yes, you must tell the reader where you got this information, unless it is common knowledge. Common knowledge does not require a citation, but what is common knowledge? Common knowledge is generally a fact that is so widely accepted that you can assume that most of your readers already know it, or it is a fact that can be found in at least 5 different sources. An example of common knowledge would be that there were 13 colonies in America before independence. An example of something that is not common knowledge, however, would be that the population of the original 13 colonies in 1780 is estimated to be 2,539,698. That must be cited. That is a figure and it is not common knowledge. Generally, when in doubt, cite it. If you ever have a question, normally put the citation in. Don't worry about oversighting. Part 2. Why is plagiarism important? So why is plagiarism such a big deal? Well, this is your education. You should value it and respect it. Your assignments do not exist just to annoy you. They exist to teach you specific skills. Plagiarism blocks this. Your instructors want to hear your voice and thoughts. You are in college to develop critical thinking and to learn to express your great ideas in coherent, convincing, and logical ways. Plagiarism prevents this. Plagiarism is also stealing. and it undermines the work of your classmates who are not plagiarizing. Also, just like showing your work in a math test, citations allow your instructor to trace your thinking, judge your understanding, and demonstrate that you did the work, read authoritative sources, and understood them. If you plagiarize, this becomes impossible. Also, scholarship is built on academic honesty and integrity. Scholars build on past research and thinking to form their own original ideas and research. The work that they produce, usually as publications, is then added to the larger body of knowledge for others to build on. Plagiarism damages this body of work and the academic process. Plus, you could fail your assignment. You could fail your course. You could even be expelled. CAC takes plagiarism seriously. Part 3. How can you avoid plagiarizing? The strategies we're going to go over for avoiding plagiarism are managing your time well, knowing when to cite a source, taking careful notes, paraphrasing, and asking for help. The first, managing your time, is probably the most important skill you can develop in college. It is also one of the hardest to develop. Good planning and time management is the best way to avoid plagiarism and reduce your temptation to take shortcuts. Some strategies include planning ahead, making a schedule, and writing down the entire semester and class calendar so deadlines don't take you by surprise. Try not to procrastinate. Give yourself enough time to read carefully, understand what you're reading, and take good notes. And allow enough time to search and get good and reliable sources for your research. Also, you need to know when to cite a source. Here are some of the more common examples of when you need to cite the source. When you use a direct quotation, when you use a figure or data, when you paraphrase, that is, use someone else's idea but change the wording to your own, when you include something that may be challenged or doubted, or when you include an expert opinion. Another strategy is to learn to take careful notes. Don't copy the exact words from your information sources. Don't cut and paste if at all possible. Give yourself 1 degree of separation from the sources. Take notes from books, articles, and websites in your own words, and avoid copying down exactly what you read unless you're going to quote the author. Try these techniques and develop some good habits. When taking notes on a computer, create a separate file for each source you use. Write down the information for the bibliography or reference, including the title, author, publishing company, date of publication, web address, and date of access, if it is a digital text. Note page numbers. Also, as you go, put your ideas in a different font or text color from the notes you take from the source. This will make the ideas that come from your sources instantly different from your own ideas when it comes time to write. You should also learn to paraphrase or express someone else's ideas in your own words. A technique for paraphrasing is to first read the source carefully and try to understand. Then close the book or the document and try to explain to yourself what the author is saying. When you can explain it to yourself well, you will be able to write it down in your own words. But remember, the ideas of others must always be cited, even if you express them in your own words. And finally, ask for help. These skills of time management, good note-taking, citations, and paraphrasing take a lot of practice. Don't expect to get it all right immediately. So don't hesitate to ask your teachers, tutors, or library staff for help. The library also has books and online sources on study skills, writing, and citations. Part 4. Safe Assignment. Safe Assignment, or Safe Assign, is a software program you can use through your Blackboard account that checks your writing for possible plagiarism. It helps you avoid any problems. Some CAC instructors require you to run your assignment through Safe Assign before submitting it. You can also use Safe Assignment even if your course is not registered on Blackboard or if it is not required for that class. You access Safe Assignment through Blackboard, and you can upload your essay to Safe Assignment, and it automatically reviews it for plagiarism by comparing it to 30 years' worth of articles, books, student papers, and websites, including Wikipedia. Safe Assign then shows the percentage of your text that matches the documents in its database and lists those sources. Note, though, that Safe Assign does not check the citations for their accuracy or formatting. There are 3 routes to Safe Assign through Blackboard. The first is through the CAC Online Writing Tutoring and Resource Center. You are required to submit your draft to Safe Assign before a tutor can review your work. In this route, you and your tutor can see the results. The second avenue is through practice assignments, and that's just for your own information. Only you can see the results. And the third route is officially for submission to your instructor if required. In this case, you and your instructor can see the results. See instructions in Blackboard about exactly how to submit and upload your work. To wrap up, avoiding plagiarism at CAC is easier when you understand what it is, why it is important, what skills and strategies will help you. If you have any questions or need more information, help is never far away. Just ask. The end. And here are the citations used in this presentation.